squamous epithelial tissue forms a continuous layer of sheath known as the skin. The skin protects the underlying vessels and delicate organs from mechanical stress like wind, water, rain, and harmful microorganisms like bacteria, virus, and dust particles. Now, dust particles and microorganisms such as bacteria and virus is present in the air also, which we breathe in. These microorganisms or dust particles might also be present in the food we have. So not only our skin, but also the lining of the mouth and the nose and the food and the windpipe is also exposed to these dangers. So squamous epithelial tissue is also present in the nasal cavity, in the inner lining of the mouth and the tongue, the inner lining of the windpipe and the food pipe, other than the skin. Food can have various tastes. It can either be very hot, it can be very sour, or it can be sweet. So how do we perceive the different tastes in the food? Well, our tongue has a lot of taste buds that are able to sense the taste in the food. So the squamous epithelial tissue present in the tongue not only gives protection to the tongue, but also is capable of sensing the different tastes in the food like sweet and salty, sour and bitter. So this squamous epithelial tissue is known as sensory epithelium because it can sense the different tastes in the food. Chili powder causes a very burning sensation in the mouth and in the eyes. But the same chili powder, when we have in the food and we intake it, does not cause a burning sensation in the stomach. Well, how is this happening? Well, this is because the lining of the stomach is made of epithelial cells, but not squamous epithelial cells. If you look at the structure of these cells, you will see that they have a column shape. Since they have a column shape, they are known as columnar epithelium. So columnar epithelium is present on the lining of the stomach. See, the cells are column shaped. That is, this layer, the outer layer and the inner layer are far apart, increasing the intracellular space, which helps in the greater absorption of food. Now, after eating, within some time, we feel hungry once again. So what is happening to the food inside the stomach? Well, some of the columnar epithelial cells that are present in the lining of the stomach specializes to form cells like these, which are known as the goblet cells. See, this is the cell, and they take a goblet shape through which it is secreted out, materials or substances are secreted out. So what do these goblet cells secrete in the stomach? Well, goblet cells secrete digestive juices, which helps in breaking down the food, and it also secretes mucus, which lubricates the food, facilitating the easy passage of food from the stomach to the other organs. Apart from lubricating the food, mucus has another important function. It forms a slimy protective layer on the walls of the stomach. So, the chilies don't cause a burning sensation in the stomach because of this mucus layer that forms a separation between the food and the delicate lining of the stomach. Now, these goblet cells are not the only cells that are capable of secretion. There are other cells in the body which secrete things, just like the sweat glands. This is a picture of the sweat gland. See the cells that are present? They have a column shape. See the various cells? So we can say that it is made up of columnar epithelial cells. Since entire gland is made up of columnar epithelial cells, these columnar cells can be called as glandular columnar epithelium. Now, at times when we try to talk and eat at the same time, we often cough violently. So why do we cough so violently? Well, trachea, which is our windpipe, is lined by columnar cells that have these hair-like structures on the upper surface. These hair-like structures are known as cilia. So this columnar epithelium that lines the trachea is known as ciliated epithelium because of these cilia present on the upper surface. Now, what happens when we try to talk and eat at the same time? See, a person chokes on his food and he violently coughs till the food is given out of the body. Well, this coughing is taking place because, see, this pipe is the food pipe and this is the windpipe or the trachea. So, food should generally pass into the food pipe. Now, it might so happen while talking and eating simultaneously that food enters into the windpipe by mistake. And this is a very fatal condition because it can choke you. So, body has a mechanism to avoid this situation. Well, the ciliated columnar epithelial cells that are present on the lining of the trachea, they move in the opposite direction to the direction of food. See, if food is moving downwards, this ciliated epithelium is moving in the upward direction, thus giving out the food particle out of the body. So, columnar epithelium can be of 4 types. It can have a protective nature. It can be glandular, making up entire glands. It can have a secretory feature, like in the goblet cells. And when cilia is present on top of columnar epithelial cells, they form ciliated columnar epithelium. Now, are all ducts lined by columnar epithelial cells? Let us see. This is the picture of the ovary duct, and this is a picture of the thyroid vesicles. Now, notice that these cells do not have a column shape. they have a cube-like shape. So it cannot be columnar epithelium. See, cells that form this tissue, they have a free surface that is hexagonal, and if you see the section of a cell, you'll see it has a cube-like structure. And so this tissue is known as cuboidal epithelium because it is made up of cuboidal cells. So epithelial tissue that is present in our body can be of 4 types. Squamous epithelial tissue that forms our skin, the topmost layer of the skin, the lining of the mouth, the nose, tongue, the food and the windpipe. Columnar epithelial tissue that is present in the lining of the stomach. Ciliary epithelial tissue that is present in the trachea. They are columnar cells with cilia or the hair-like structures on top. And then there is the cuboidal epithelial tissue that is present in glands such as thyroid glands.